Hey everybody, it's totally not Tuesday and I'm Tula because it's fabric launch week. So what I'm showing you today is the fabric collection that will ship in October, right? So I know Everglow's shipping right now and we're really excited about that. This is not a collection that's shipping now. This is a collection that will ship in October. It'll be the third and final collection that ships in 2023. So end of the year. So this is way in advance. This is my very, very new fabric collection called Besties. I'm super excited to show it to you. So throughout my career as a fabric designer, there are several things I said I would never do. One of those things was pets, because you can draw an anonymous squirrel all day long, but you try to draw a dog and it gosh darn better be that person's dog or else no one's interested. But anytime I actually say I will never do something, that is almost a surefire way of me saying that I will eventually do it, because this girl loves a challenge. So I decided to make a fabric collection about strictly house pets. So it's not just dogs, it's not just cats, it's house pets. It's all the little creatures that make us so happy, that we love, that bring so much joy to our lives. And I've really tried to cover the gamut here. So let's get into it. Besties, like best friends, like we are with our house pets, is broken down into two colorways. There's a fun little added thing. I had so much fun with the neon pigment inks that I decided this time to try just a little touch of gold. Nothing gaudy, nothing over the top, but just a little hint of shimmer. And so let's get into it. So there's two colorways. There's sort of a blue greenish colorway. So I should have put these on opposite sides. Sometimes I don't think these things through. I spent so much time setting this up. Anyway, not the point. So there's a blue-green colorway, blues and greens and teals and turquoises. And then there's a pink colorway with pinks and oranges and lemons, with a little bit of the green from this side and a little bit of the aqua teal from this side. So they really do cross over, and we'll get more into that later. But let's get into the prints. So because we had to cover a lot of house pets, because we're not just all dog people or just all cat people, some of us like all the animals. I have had at some time in my life every single one of these animals, just saying. So the main print, because as much as I love all animals, we are a dog family. Sorry, cat people, we'll deal with you later. But the main print from the collection is essentially the dogs. So this was a real conundrum for me, because when working with a dog print, like which dog do you do? So I tried to cover as many sort of dog categories as I could. We've got lap dogs, we've got big dogs, we've got floppy dogs that think they're lap dogs, which is what we personally have. We have little dogs, we have fancy dogs, we have like kind of rough and tumble scruffy dogs. We've got all kinds of dogs here. So there's 7 dogs in total. And the print, I'm so into this.
It looks so good.
It looks so good. Okay, so let's get to all the dogs. So we have a golden retriever, because that's our dog. So hi, Lulu. So this is our dog. We've got a whippet. We've got a runner. Got to have a runner. We've got a fancy poodle with a bow. Very fancy. We have like a Rottweiler type little guy for our big dog people. We've got a Chihuahua for our little dog people. Also for our little dog people, we have a little French bulldog down here. What am I missing? I'm missing, oh, we have a Dalmatian. Super fun, because you have to have a Dalmatian because they're adorable and they're super fun to draw. So the idea for this print was to create little vignettes that can be fussy cut, right? So super easy to cut these guys out. They've got a little ring of gold here and then a little gold in here. And the idea was that we have this fire hydrant to fill in the gaps. And so this is almost like your cut line. This is the center line between each one. And then there's enough distance between here and here to cut across here without cutting into the next one. I mean, that's the idea. Best laid plans, friends. But so the idea is that this little fire hydrant is like all the water's coming out of it. I know that's not where the water comes from, but this is art, not real life. All comes out of here. There's a little dog collar with a little gold buckle on it. And then coming out of the fire hydrant is this sprig of flowers with our little poppers in the middle. So this piece contains all the colors for the colorway. And then within that colorway, we have all the rest of the animals. And so what I was really trying to do here is cover all of our little pet bases. I didn't give you any reptiles because I already did that in Moon Garden. And so we can go elsewhere for those. But these are all of our fuzzy friends. So we've got little bunny rabbits with little gold stars that pick up the reds and the pinks with the little orange ears. We have, this has been sort of a studio favorite.
I love this one. I
like this one too. All the little different cats and all climbing on their little cat trees. This is very reminiscent of a print I did for Nest with the tumbling blocks with the birds in them. But I thought it would be fun to sort of bring that idea back and then have cats sort of climbing. It is a job of work to figure out how to make these staircases work. So it's very like MC Escher-esque. Then we have our turtles. And I wanted this to look like sort of, and it's more obvious in the blue. Sorry, trucks. Our little turtles, but I wanted them to look like those old China patterns that are usually in blue. Kind of all ornate and detailed, but then in the middle, there's these little shelled tortoises, little turtles, little box turtles. Then we've got our hamsters because hamsters are both adorable and fluffy. Then we have our goldfish. So this ended up becoming one of my favorite prints in the collection. I kept using it over and over and over again. I just think it's really funny and weird and great, and the colors are fun. So we've got our little goldfish swimming through their little habitat. We've got a little chest of buried treasure with some gold coins and then some actual metallic goldfish swimming throughout. And then with this collection, I tried to do sort of a coordinate piece that went with each main piece. So we've got this print's called Unconditional Love, our little hearts, and it's two-way directional. So the hearts don't go this way and this way, they go up and down, but they flip. So it's two-way directional. Then for our little hamsters, we have that print in the sort of citrusy orange color with the little yellow and pink hearts. And then we have our sort of turtle shell print, and I have that in two colors. And then my favorite of the coordinates is the best friend charms. So do you remember when we were kids? I mean, maybe this isn't gonna date me, I don't know. But when we were kids, we used to buy these necklaces that were a whole heart that said best friends. And then it would come sort of already pre-snapped, but you'd break it in half and then you'd take one half of the heart and your best friend would take the other half of the heart. And these really are our very, very bestest friends for life. And so I thought we'd give them little gold best friend chains. So it's a metallic gold chain with little best friend charms on it. And that comes back in the backing. Is the gold showing up on camera?
Yeah, it looks cool.
Okay, so that's one colorway. And to the blue. So all the same prints in blue, in sort of blue and green and aquas with extra colors of reds and pinks and some of the crossover colors. So you can see like a lot of the crossover colors, a lot of the smaller prints will cross over both colorways really, really beautifully. So you're picking up sort of the pink and the red in here. So a lot of these will cross over. So just because I have them in two colorways doesn't mean that those two colorways have to stick together. They're definitely meant to commingle, and we'll get more into that in another video. Our best friend is getting wiggly over there. You know, she always sits for the videos.
She sits right there.
Such a team player.
She's scratching herself.
So nice. Very unladylike. Okay, so with these, so some of the colors in here just turned out so sharp, and I'm not sure that it'll show up totally on camera, but there's this like really deep, interesting, like teal blue color that came up in here that's really cool. It's in the fire hydrant and some of the shadows of some of these dogs. The French Bulldog in here is pretty killer. I love that drawing. So then we have, and again, same with the gold around the frames, and we have our bunnies. Got our bunnies, green bunnies on a blue background with orange ears. It's kind of a peachy orange. It's not like a true orange. It's sort of like a coral color. None of the red is truly red. None of the orange is truly orange. You know how I do it. So then we've got our coordinating colors here. So some of these kind of periwinkle blue colors. And then we get into some of the deep teals that sort of work back into this guy here. And in here too, so some of these deep, so this is the turtle. Then we've got our best friend charms again in gold. So pretty. I cannot wait to show you guys the quilts I've made. I'm still waiting on 2 of them to come back, but they're coming in. We've got our blue and green kitty cats climbing on their fancy cat tree fabric. We have our sort of aqua blue-green hamsters. They could be guinea pigs. I mean, I intended them to be hamsters, but sometimes those things are hard to tell. We've got our turtle shell sort of daisy print. I really like how this turned out with this sort of yellow-green color with the pale sort of cool blue and then the teal hearts on there. And then the fish again. I don't know what it is about these fish,
Will you hold
man.
the fish up and just kind of let it shimmer? You can totally see it. Yeah, that's really cool.
And so you can see how these colors, you know, like some of these sort of coral colors go back into these guys here. And it goes both ways. So like you can see how some of the teals are gonna work really well coming this way. Like there's a lot of overlap here with the colorways, and that is 100% on purpose, because I designed the fabric so I can make it do whatever I want. And a lot of these crossover colors, so you'll find a lot of the teals and things in here. So obviously a lot of these can come this way really, really beautifully. And then this picks up on some of the, you know, some of the pinks and reds that are in this print. But so this is Besties. Last thing I want to show you, so this is our intro video. We're going to do videos the rest of the week showing you different aspects of the fabric. We'll talk about a little bit about the gold ink. And I've pressed all these. It doesn't catch, it doesn't stick, it doesn't do anything. It really sits beautifully in the fabric. But then we have the 108s. And the 108s, which are our wide backings, I took the best friend charm and blew it out into a really, really pretty non-directional 108 print, 108 inch wide back. And then, so we have it in the blue and we have it in the pink. And look at how beautifully that quilts up. So pretty. The pink on this is really sharp. It's super bright. It's really pretty. It's a really good, clear pink. They really nailed the fabric mill really nailed the pink on this. And again, it's in our, oh, shoot, and down it comes. Another video we deal with that. Welcome to Besties. Are we just chaos? We are chaos. Welcome to Besties, October 2023.